Hi, I'm Riley.
Hi, I'm Ada.
Hi, I'm Kendall.
This story map presents a griffin habitat suitability analysis that explores the most ideal areas in Virginia that can support a thriving griffin population.
And starting off with what griffins actually are, they're mythical creatures with the body of a lion and the features of an eagle. They're known for their territorial and aggressive nature, often guarding key treasures. And a few challenges to survival include mining operations that kind of disrupt their environments, along with potential combats with human settlements, which lead to casualties. We're looking for to identify habitats that are better suited for griffins to survive in.
Our goal is to find locations in Virginia where griffins can best thrive while also minimizing potential conflicts with humans. This project aims to promote coexistence, identifying sustainable solutions that benefit both humans and griffins by reducing conflict and supporting conservation.
For our audience, the story map is targeted towards conservationists, policymakers, and griffin enthusiasts who kind of want to know about what griffins are doing, their safety, and also how to keep them in safe environments away from humans. And then as far as habitat preferences, so they like open habitats like savannas, grasslands, and scrubs, dense vegetation, which can provide cover and offer for open spaces, which allow for flight and hunting. There's also for areas with a moderate rainfall as well. And then moving on to dietary preferences. So they have the beak of an eagle, so they kind of prefer fish, like herring and flounder, with a variety of small mammals, birds, reptiles, and amphibians. And then finally, with their habitat range, they operate in sort of small to medium-sized groups of 4 to 37 members, similar to like prides of lions. The range depends on the prey density in the area, ranging from like 20 square kilometers to 100 square kilometers, depending on the amount of prey available.
So essentially, a research question states, based on habitat suitability, where are areas in Virginia that are considered the high suitability for griffins to thrive in terms of food and shelter preferences, while also minimizing human and griffin conflict to protect griffins?
The first suitability factor we have is proximity to water, which is the most crucial factor for a griffin habitat as they need water for drinking and finding food like fish. Without it, griffins could face starvation or death, which is why water proximity is given the highest weight in the suitability model. The map shows areas in Virginia classified by distance to water, with closer areas being more suitable. Since griffins can fly long distances, no area is technically unsuitable, just highly inconvenient. Because of this, areas near major rivers and coastlines in Virginia are more favorable to griffins.
Next, for the population density. So the human population density is the second most important factor that we considered in determining griffin habitat suitability. Areas with a lower population density are more suitable for griffin populations, in order to reduce the risk of human-griffin conflicts. And the most suitable areas have a population of more than or less than 15 people per square kilometer, with Western Virginia being more ideal, and Northern Virginia with like high-end city populations being less ideal.
Moreover, moving on, our third factor is proximity to roads, and this factor tells us where griffins can decrease human interaction in the greatest sense. And depicted by the map, the most suitable habitats are the lightest green color, and suitable habitats are over 11,000 meters away from roads, with highly suitable areas exceeding 32,000 meters away from the nearest major road. Finally, our fourth factor is elevation, and griffins thrive in highly elevated areas because they offer privacy, reduce human contact, and align with griffins' tendency to protect gold in mountainous regions. Suitable habitats range from 573 to 820 meters in elevation, with highly suitable areas, which are the dark green in the western side of the map, at above 1,694 meters. And then this is just a picture of our data dictionary. And then moving on to our suitability models.
The suitability models include all factors put together. The first is the unweighted suitability, where the light pink areas represent less suitable factors, while the darker pink areas show where griffins are more likely to thrive. This analysis presents 4 different suitability variables without any weighting. Based on the map, areas with higher suitability are located along the western border of Virginia.
Moving on to our weighted suitability. And so this map shows how highly suitable habitats are located primarily on the western and southern parts of Virginia. And this is due to abundance of major water resources, low human population density, few roads, and mountainous terrain. There's some highly suitable habitats on the eastern side, characterized by the dark maroon color on the map. And this is most likely due to the Chesapeake Bay. But in contrast to that, in Northern Virginia, there's lower suitability habitats overall because of the high human population density. And this is how our suitability calculations were done, with proximity to water being weighted 0.45, human population density being weighted 0.28, proximity to roads 0.17, and finally elevation at 0.1. Our classifications, and then some of our justifications for each of the factors.
The final map is an interactive map that highlights the suitable and highly suitable areas capable of sustaining griffin habitats. This is how the area in square kilometers was calculated and how the percentage of Virginia suitable was calculated, showing that 35.64% of Virginia is suitable for griffins. This is how the suitable polygons were found. It is a select polygons that are greater than or equal to 100 square kilometers, which is the estimated home range for griffins. This is how the maximum capacity was calculated, with an expected species population density of 20 griffins per 100 square kilometers. The web app's pop-ups were configured to display the area and maximum species capacity of the habitats when clicked on. Dark red polygons represent highly suitable areas, and the lighter red are suitable habitats. There is a high concentration of both in the western part of Virginia, suggesting these areas have the right factors and space to support griffins.
And then overall, to just summarize our policy recommendations, our team proposes to implement laws and policies that target conservation efforts and highly elevated habitats, promoting sustainable mining practices through alliances and creation of funding resources, and also creating an annual Griffin Conservation Summit to leverage existing legal frameworks in protection of griffins while balancing economic interests overall. Thank you, and here are resources.